Welcome back to the channel. Scanning documents doesn't have to be big and cumbersome anymore. Today, we're taking a look at the Joyusing ScanMax 320, an edge-of-desk scanner that can scan up to A2 documents without taking almost any space on your desk, and that is super easy to set up. First, we need to check out what comes in the box, so let's do that now. And now it's time to check out what comes in the box. First things first, quick start guide with the package contents, how to install it in a bunch of languages. Very good. Then, underneath this foam, we have the scanner body itself. I'm gonna set this aside. And then we have one more cardboard box that has the necessary USB cable, another USB cable with some finger covers, and a mat for the desk. Let me get all these organized and then we can continue. So, as I already mentioned in the intro, as you can see, the difference between these two is pretty significant, especially in terms of space occupied on your desk. While this scanner takes up the rightmost edge on your desk, or left, leaving you with all this usable space in front of you, a traditional printer-scanner combo or just a scanner requires a lot of space above it, takes up a lot of footprint and valuable real estate on your desk, and generally is just big and annoying. Also loud. So let's get rid of this. And it's time to focus on the Joyusing ScanMax 320. Setting this up is super easy because the legs are actually foldable. So when you get it in the package, as you saw, it's gonna look something like this. And again, to deploy it or install it, you just unfold the legs, twist them in a bit to lock them, and then just place it on the markings on the scan pad. Final step is to twist the lens so it's in position. And if you want to scan documents up to A2, this also extends, giving you more scanning space. We don't have any A2 documents on hand, unfortunately, so we're not going to scan that today. But continuing with the setup, you just need the included USB cable, plug it into the rear of the scanner, and then take your computer and plug it in here as well. Once we open up the scanner software, we have a bunch of options on top. First is camera scanner, and as you can see, it automatically adjusts the exposure. We also have an option for book scanner, document camera, and the final one is the file processing. So let's start with the camera scanner. Ironically or not, I have here some literature from the big scanner, and let's see how it deals with this one. We position it there. We can click auto edging or auto multi-edging, or we also have the option for manual mode, where we can manually select the scanning area. Then we can just press scan. We can also choose between a color scan, doing it as a stamp, black and white, grayscale. We can remove black borders if a document has borders around it. We can also remove the background color, or scan it specifically as a barcode or QR code. Let's try a different one. This should be an A3 document, and then we do auto edging. We can align it a bit more, and clicking on auto multi-edging, now it correctly recognizes the true edge of this document, which is A3 by the way. And again, we can take a picture. Another option we have is continuous shooting, where we can select the number of documents we want to scan, in this case 3, and the time interval between taking the pictures. So let's say 10 seconds. We place the first document already, let's say like this. And as you saw, the scanner already made automatically a PDF file for us, where we have all the 3 scanned versions. Another option that the scanner has is book scanning. So let's go ahead and test that out. We're going to place this book right here. We have to align it with the dotted line. We can also see what options we have. It's manual scan, auto scan, or continuous scan. Let's do continuous a few pages and click. We're going to do 3 sets of pages on a time interval of 5 seconds. Start continuous. Okay, so that's the first one, second one, and the third one. And again, it tells us that a total of continuous 3 pictures were taken, and we can compose a PDF or just exit continuous taking. Let's also do a PDF, and then we can go to file processing. Here we have all of the previous scans we did, along with the book, and actually we can also zoom in to see the details. And actually it can get zoomed in pretty good with a lot of details, as you can see. Check out the other edge. Super good. On the right side, we can also select how to output these documents. So we need to select the documents that we need to be exported, and we can do PDF OCR. Here on the right side, we choose actually Other and German, and then we click Start OCR. We see a progress bar on the bottom here, and we get a prompt that the file processing was done. So let's see how our scan is looking. And as you can see, we have each page individually separated. In the correct order, and everything is good and readable. And because this was exported as an OCR file, we can actually go ahead and search different words, and it's gonna show us where all these words show up, which is great because on a traditional scan you only get basically a picture, not searchable text. We can scroll through them just like a regular document. And when you're done with this scanning, you can actually just fold in the scanner, and it's going to take almost no space on your desk at all. You can actually use this very nice mat that is included as a mouse pad, and you regain a lot of your desk space even with this folded up or down. It doesn't really matter because it saves you so much space compared to, as you saw, a traditional printer scanner or just scanner that needs a lot of footprint on your desk. This is also relatively small in terms of size, small enough I would say that you can actually put it in a backpack and just have it with you in case you are going to a meeting where you'll need a bunch of scans to be done. Also, this is super useful just as a stationary device if you just leave it on your desk at all times, especially for example for somebody in accounting or somebody that scans a lot. You can just have this set up here and you can continuously scan receipts, documents. You just place them in front of the scanner and either scan it from the software or press on the remote. And speaking of which, this is the little handy remote. It has some anti-slip rubber on the bottom, so you can just have it hanging off your desk right next to the scan pad. It plugs in straight to the scanner with regular USB, and once you have something you want to scan, you just click the remote, and as we see in the software, it will produce an image of what we just scanned. And this even works if you're in book scanning mode. So for example, I align the book, press the button, flip the page, press the button, flip another page, press the button. You see how this gets really useful if you have to scan a lot of documents in succession, but you don't want to wait for the automatic scan timer, or you find it too inconsistent for you to place it in time, arrange it, not be stressed about the time running out. You just do this at your own pace, make sure that the document is ready, press the remote, and another one comes up. And again, the flow is super simple. After you're done, you go to file processing. You can select the final scans you just did. And on the right side, you can choose to output it as a Word, Excel, PDF, and so on. So let's choose Word this time. Again, it's German, start OCR, and let's see the result. Yeah, it outputted perfect text, of which we can search. Great stuff. Another feature of the scanner that might be useful for you if you're not in a photo studio with a lot of lights is the actual included light that can help shine a uniform light on the documents to make them easier to scan. And you can just turn it on by touching this button right here. Which brings us to the end of the video. Who is the scanner actually for? Well, if you're a teacher that you need to scan a lot of teaching materials, if you are an accountant that deals with a lot of invoices, receipts, basically a lot of paper that needs to get digitized, or if you're just a student or regular person, you probably need a scanner in your life. A use case I see for this, or any scanner, if you're just an average Joe, nobody actually keeps the manuals and the documentation from their gadgets, their home appliances, their devices. They just throw it out because it's cumbersome, a lot of paper, you don't need to store it. With this, you can just place it right here when you get a new device, take a bunch of scans, export it as a PDF document that you can actually search, and then have it for later reference. You can throw out the original paperwork. No need to keep all that paper clutter. So if you're in the market for a scanner that takes virtually almost no space on your desk, it doesn't require external power, can scan again up to A2 documents in size, maybe consider the Joyusing ScanMax 320. There's going to be a link down in the video description. If you enjoyed the video, consider giving it a thumbs up. Why not subscribe to the channel for more tech videos like this one? And I'll see you next time.